From making a dance video after assaulting her unconscious friend to writing a song after getting caught speaking to minors, these are times that an apology video made things worse for YouTubers. Starting with the Fine Bros, who uploaded one of the most insincere apologies in YouTube history, after they tried to copyright the entire reaction format. The Fine Bros had been making reaction videos since 2010, with their initial series being Kids React, and eventually branching out into Teens React, Elders React, and YouTubers React as their channel grew. Come 2016, and the pair of them believed they owned the so-called reaction format and announced that they would be allowing creators to license this format by paying them 60% of all ad revenue and 50% of all brand deal revenue.
We are excited to announce React World, which is a first-of-its-kind program that allows people and companies to license all our popular shows online so that anyone, even you watching right now, can create your own versions in a fully legal way and be part of a new and exciting global community.
This was obviously met with severe backlash from the community and their fans. Give us money and you can legally record yourself watching YouTube. After losing 500,000 subscribers in a week and receiving extreme criticism, they were forced to backtrack and apologize, releasing a statement reading, "We have decided to do the following: rescind all of our React trademarks and applications, discontinue the React World program, and release all past Content ID claims." The pair of them then took to their channel to make an apology video, and with the chance to explain themselves and make things right, they did the exact opposite.
First and foremost, we're sorry for confusing people by using terminology like our React format. We were never trying to say that every video where someone reacts to something else is something we would try to control. When we referenced licensing the React format, we only meant our specific series, not the overall genre of reaction videos. We do not own the genre. We've been trying to find an analogy to explain this better, and we know that this isn't the best, but if you wanted to start a fast food restaurant, you can start one on your own and possibly find huge success. But if you love Burger King and want to be part of that organization, if you join, you'd be able to get access to things like menu items and recipes and specific logos.
The clear anger and condescending nature of their tone prompted comments like, "They're not apologizing, they're just saying how dumb their fans are and that we're just too dumb to get what they're saying." And they look so mad that they couldn't do what they wanted. This was the start of the downfall of the Fine Bros channel, which led to them eventually selling the channel and going ghost on social media. But at least they didn't try to buy back their fans in the apology video, because that's exactly what RiceGum did, and all it did was make things worse for him. On the 31st of December 2019, RiceGum released a video titled "How I Got AirPods for $4", in which he would go on to promote a mystery box gambling website to his primarily underage audience, which obviously did not go down too well, with big YouTubers calling him out for it. RiceGum then responded 4 days later with a video titled "This Dude Calls Me Out for Mystery Unboxing", where he begins by showing off the amount of money he was paid for this.
So apparently they only offered Keemstar 100K, so my numbers are higher, so imagine how much they offered me, right?
RiceGum then went on to say that he was not the only YouTuber to promote this website, trying to use others' wrongdoing to justify his own actions. But the worst part of this entire apology video is the ending, where in an attempt to try and save face, he offered Amazon gift cards to his audience.
There's nothing I can really do but say sorry and give you these Amazon gift cards, so I'm sorry, it just wouldn't happen again. Amazon codes $10 to $20, just a little giveaway. It's the least I can do after, this.
Things got even worse when fans found out that these gift codes were claimed over 7 months before the video was made, meaning that they were not valid, making for one of the worst apology videos on this list. Proof that brains and money don't always go together. But whilst RiceGum was doing wrong by his fans, Gus Johnson took it one step further, doing wrong by his pregnant girlfriend. This began on the 22nd of October 2021 when Abelina Sabrina uploaded a video titled "My Ectopic Pregnancy". In this video, she begins by describing her experience getting pregnant with her now ex-boyfriend Gus Johnson, who was a beloved YouTuber known for his funny skits. She starts by explaining how he forced her to terminate the pregnancy, threatening to leave her if she didn't. She then found out that this pregnancy was ectopic, which occurs when the fetus develops outside of the uterus, meaning the baby would not survive, and that she had to have immediate surgery or else this would kill her. And even with the surgery, there was no guarantee of survival. Thankfully, she survived the surgery, but after this traumatic experience, instead of supporting his girlfriend who just lost her unborn child and almost died, he grew sick of her and began to resent her, even playing the victim card in the situation.
He was talking about how hard it was having to take care of me when I would have those moments, and then he would sometimes tell me things like, you know, someone else would have left you by now, right? The lack of support was really hard.
Obviously, when this came out, Gus was under fire. I went into this hoping Gus wasn't a problem and trying to see him as the good guy because I was a huge fan. Keyword being was. It's impossible. You were fucked over by everyone involved, and I'm so sorry that it happened to you. And this is where the apology video would come into play.
A few months ago, my ex-girlfriend posted a video that talked about a very difficult and painful experience that we went through in a relationship together over 3 years ago. I'm sorry that I caused her hurt during this time, and I'm sorry that I was not the partner that she needed during this really difficult period.
The main issues the audience found with this apology was the fact that he kept it extremely vague, meaning anyone unaware of the situation would remain unaware, and the fact that he played the victim card, which just caused further damage on what was once a clean reputation. And the same can be said about Sienna Mae, who went from a loved body positivity influencer to assaulting her unconscious friend to then making one of the worst apologies in YouTube history. Jack Wright and Sienna Mae were friends until one night at a party, Jack would pass out, and that's when Sienna decided to take advantage of him, inappropriately touching him whilst he was unconscious.
I was passed out unconscious almost like the whole night. She got on top of me, took advantage of me, groped me.
But this was not the only time something like this had happened between the two of them.
She would break into my house, and when I was sound asleep, she'd come into my room, and I'd wake up to her hand in my pants. And it wasn't like the only time it happened too.
No one should ever be scared to fall asleep. What Sienna did was truly disgusting. We love you, Jack. Sienna Mae was no longer known as a beloved TikToker, with the entire internet turning on her, and rightfully so. She doesn't need to be cancelled, she needs to go to jail. Sienna was forced to respond, but instead of apologizing honestly and taking accountability, she began by explaining how her purpose in life is to make silly dance videos on TikTok before performing a relatable dance routine. Yes, seriously, this is footage of Sienna Mae's now deleted so-called apology video, where she took zero accountability and thought that dancing would be the best possible response. This put the nail in the coffin for her career, as people who had never heard of her before found out what happened simply because of this horrific apology where she didn't even really apologize. But not apologizing would have probably been a better strategy for Laura Lee, because her apology video was so bad that she had to make a second one to apologize for the first one. This started in 2018 when alt-racist tweets were dug up from 6 years prior, prompting the internet, the media, and her associated brands all to turn on her. She lost 200,000 subscribers in a few days, which meant she had to make apology video number 1.
I want to talk to you guys in this video. It's been so hard. It's probably the hardest things I've ever done. I'm so sorry.
The apology continued with this cycle of crying, then saying sorry, then crying again, but fans were quick to notice the lack of tears while she was crying, leading everyone to believe this was a fake apology. Girl, you knew what you were doing, and this is so unbelievable. Dry tears. After a 1-month break off YouTube, Laura Lee returned with a second apology video where she was at least able to keep composure.
I owe you guys a sincere apology. I In that video, I come off more as a victim. I am not a victim in any way, form, or fashion in this situation.
But the damage had been done from the first apology, which would have been the worst on this list if not for Colleen Ballinger, whose response to inappropriately messaging minors was to write a song about it. Colleen Ballinger, also known as Miranda Sings, was once a loved YouTuber who had been on the platform for over 10 years until a fan and ex-employee named Adam McIntyre published a YouTube video titled Colleen Ballinger Stop Lying. In this video, Adam went on to describe interactions he had with Colleen when he was only 13 years old, which were disgusting and inappropriate. She sent messages to him, jokingly asked him to send photos of his blank, along with sending him lingerie in the mail. In 2023, this all blew up after more minors came out with similar situations, prompting Colleen to respond with what is the worst apology video in YouTube history.
So a lot of people are saying some things about me that aren't quite true. Doesn't matter if it's true though, just as long as it's entertaining to you. All aboard the toxic gossip train. You're chugging down the tracks of misinformation.
After this, she was not only known as just a groomer, but a groomer who doesn't take accountability and plays the victim card. This is so insulting to the victims, and I actually can't believe this is real. The sad thing is that it is clear she put a bunch of effort into this song. Our two comments which perfectly depict viewer sentiment and show that the only thing this apology video did was further destroy the career of Colleen Ballinger.